And right now it's time for that time when we have our special guest. Tonight's special guest is Will Martin. Will is 25 years old with a superb singing voice. Following in the same pathway as Hayley Westerner, Will has reached #1 on the classical charts in England. Will's next big concert in New Zealand is at the Bruce Mason Theatre on the 8th of May. It's a special concert for Mother's Day called By Request. We welcome Will Martin as our special guest on The Beat Goes On. Will Martin. Welcome to The Beat Goes On.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, Will. Now, normally we have a baby boomer chat show and we talk to people well over 50, but how come we've got a 25-year-old on our show today? How does it happen?
Well, it's a great opportunity to have a chat to some people that may not have heard about me just yet.
I personally saw you on stage in concert and I went, wow. I'd love to tell our viewers throughout New Zealand what a wonderful young singer Will Martin is. Now, you have had success, haven't you?
I have indeed, yes. I was signed to Universal Music 3 years ago. I made a CD which came out in New Zealand in 2007, and since then I've still been singing songs all over the world.
Now, when did you think, gosh, I've got a good voice?
Well, I think my mum knew before I knew. So I was having singing lessons since the age of about 14. But I think I sort of started working it out about the age of 18, 19, my late teens, and I'd started doing a little bit of singing for work.
Now, a lot of young people say to themselves, look, I'm a good singer, but I'm not good enough. You know, there's only ever on a world market X amount, that X factor is going to make it. What made you think that to keep going, you think, well, I think I've got something quite exceptional here?
Well, I think it was more the idea that I loved it so much, and you know what, if I work really hard, maybe I could do the thing that I love for my job. And so far so good. I just keep on trekking, and until which point if someone says I better stop, I'll just keep doing it.
Okay. What's your hopes and dreams?
Hopes and dreams, I think, is just to continue doing it. I think if I can keep entertaining, singing the songs, telling the stories, wherever that may take me, I want to be sure to come home and settle in New Zealand one day. I mean, I love this place, and I'll keep working towards that.
Well, in between your international flights and that, you are going to be giving a wonderful concert on the 8th of May. It's Saturday night, the 8th of May. And one of the reasons that Will is on the program today, it's by request. That's what the show's called,
That's
by
right.
request.
That's the idea. People have been able to request their favourite songs, and the most requested songs have made up the set list for the program on the 8th of May, which is Mother's Day weekend.
And where will that be?
The show is in Auckland at the Bruce Mason Centre.
Wow. Now, how many requests have you had so far?
I've had hundreds of requests.
And what's the first two or three, the big favourites?
The first two or three, to be honest, they were a couple off my CD, and then there's been a song, Don't Dream It's Over, by Crowded House, that's come up. What a Wonderful World has come up. Just beautiful songs.
What's the form of the concert? What's happening on it?
Well, it's my show, but I've got some great support acts. The singers, I haven't told anyone about them just yet, but the music will be provided by the Roger Fox Band.
Wow. Well, he's a pretty good musician.
He certainly is, and the great thing about a brass band is that they can play virtually anything. So whether it be classical, pop, jazz, or they'll do their part. It'll be a great night.
You say that it was about 3 years ago that you were signed by Universal Music. How did that come about?
Well, about the age of 2021, I thought I should really go for it. I've been working in the corporate entertainment industry in New Zealand, really enjoying that. But I thought there was a next step, so I recorded a demo CD. I recorded in New Zealand with members of the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra, produced by Mr. Carl Doy, and I sent that across to the companies in the UK.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you went down to the post office that day, it was in one of those little bags, and you said, here is my future. Were you thinking, how many did you send away?
I only sent two. I sent one. I sent one to Universal and one to EMI, the two top labels in the UK. And to be perfectly honest, what I was thinking is, well, I thought once it's done, it's done. I've ticked that box. I didn't really think anything would happen.
You could never say, when you're 80 years old, sitting in an old people's home, that I didn't do something.
Exactly right. No regrets. No regrets ever.
And how long did you wait?
Well, I mean, if I was even going to get a response, I was thinking it would probably be years, but it was actually just a few weeks.
A few weeks later?
Yeah. At this time I was actually working on a cruise ship. I'd taken a job working in the Mediterranean on a cruise ship, and the record companies got in touch and asked if I'd be interested in making a CD.
Wow, what did you think?
To be perfectly honest, I was still getting to grips with this idea of working in front of a UK audience for the first time, and a brand new job on a brand new environment, which is on a cruise ship. So it all happened very, very fast, but it was obviously a wonderful time.
Now, the wonderful thing was it had been done before. We've had a young girl in New Zealand called Hayley Westerner. I mean, you could follow her pathway. Was that what you had in mind, to do what Hayley did?
Hayley's an absolute superstar.
Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing, and she's a lovely girl. And to see, when I was younger, to see the success that she had, you know what, I thought, without a doubt, you know, if Hayley can do it, then maybe some others can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the record company were thinking the same thing. You know, they initially were looking for a male Hayley. And when they heard my voice, I think they thought that maybe I could fill that gap. Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, I went to the UK, I signed on the dotted line, I was a signed recording artist, and then shortly after I actually moved over to the UK to start working on my first album.
What did they have in mind for you?
Well, they were looking at this idea of classical crossover. Much like Hayley's music, it's just beautiful music, regardless of when it was written, but quite possibly sort of classical times, but a contemporary take on that. And so it was my own version of that sound.
Now, you're at a party and somebody says, they always do it, don't they? They say, sing a song. We're going to do the same thing. Could you do that?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Sure. Right, well, a song from the CD, I suppose, is my version of Nat King Cole's Nature Boy.
Oh, what a great song.
An incredible piece of music.
Yeah.
Right.
Give it a go.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea, a little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way, and while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, such a great song.
Oh, no, but you sing it so beautifully.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, that is wonderful. And the ability to actually just sit there and actually sing a song. That's one of the big tests, isn't it? Not many people can do that. They need to have a 50-piece orchestra with them.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a favourite song and you'd like to hear Will sing it, you can actually request it. You'll have to get it in by 12 o'clock tomorrow because it's getting very close to the 8th. So
it is indeed, and I need to get it charted for the band. So the way to do that is through my website, which is willmartin.co.nz. All the songs will be known and loved, but it'll be a versatile program. There have been songs requested that are hundreds of years old. There have been songs that have been requested that were only written last year. So it's exciting.
Now, you're a young man of 25 and you're aiming at an older audience, re this concert, Mother's Day and that. What about your own peer group? Do they like the music as well? You
know what, I think whereas maybe 10 years ago I might have been in a bit of trouble, now young people, I think they're craving a more sophisticated sound. You know, they're listening to music from the 60s and 70s and even earlier. Great music, great words, you know, that's what they're all about. So, you know, they see me doing my thing and as I succeed, I think they respect me for that. But there's also a time and place, I think, for modern music.
Oh yes, there is.
You know, if there's a great lyric and some beautiful music, then.
So Will, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having
Beat
me.
Goes On and singing that beautiful song called Nature Boy. Loved it. And best of luck for your international career.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.